The following podcast may be explicit. One Joe Young presents Adventures from the Shed, a tabletop RPG podcast. You can find us online at adventuresfromtheshed.com. During our 2017 Extra Life Game Day, we spent some time creating characters for others in the group to play. Listen in as Mickie, JJ, Kurt, Chris, and Joe exercise their creative muscles in crafting characters for someone else to play. Enjoy the podcast. Hi, and welcome to the Shed for Adventures from the Shed. You can find us online at adventuresfromtheshed.com, on iTunes, Facebook, Stitcher Radio, Google+, Bing, all over the internets. And if you're listening to this, chances are you can still go find what you're hearing in visual form on YouTube. We are recording all day for an Extra Life Game Day event. Extra Life is extra-life.org is a charity that helps out Children's Miracle Network hospitals. It is Play Games Heal Kids, and we are taking donations as Extra Life takes donations that are then given to the Children's Miracle Network hospitals to help them with things like equipment, treatment, visitation, things that families cannot afford. Kids are not refused treatment at a Children's Miracle Network hospital, and donations help fill the gap where the families cannot afford any kind of treatments. So we're here doing that. The organization itself has tens of thousands of gamers who raise millions of dollars every year, and we have taken it upon ourselves here at Adventures from the Shed to try and go the full 24-hour day. And we are at present 19 hours into that, which is nice. So we're really close.
You sound like you questioned it a little bit.
Because I don't math. And when you math, and it's not an even number, so it goes to 12, it's not base 10. Yeah, see, Chris has the 24-hour clock.
I'm a solid 3 hours in, which I'm feeling really proud of my performance.
Chris got it nailed. Although you were starting to get heavy-lidded in that last one.
Just gotta go outside.
We're here. We're going to do something a little different for this episode. We have our regular Adventures from the Shed crew. Once they go around and say hi, I will let you know what it is we're doing in this episode. Go ahead.
Hi.
Say your name too.
Hi everyone. This is Mickie.
And
hi everyone. This is James.
And
hey, it's Chris.
And
Kurt.
And I am Joe. What we are going to do for this hour, essentially, is we are going to go through an exercise that we had talked about previously, and I can't remember if it was on air or off air, but we talked about the idea that it would be cool to create characters for someone else.
It's on a sidebar, I think.
Yeah, I think. Toward the end, maybe the 3rd anniversary episode, that rings a bell. That could have been what it was.
I think it was 3rd anniversary.
Yeah.
That's right.
So we talked about, hey, wouldn't it be neat if we get ourselves out of our comfort zones, essentially, and not create our own character? Let somebody else in the room create your character, and then you have to play it pretty much as written. Play as written. Oh.
Yeah, not turn it into the character you want to play.
Yes.
Play as written.
So as we were in between here, and those who are on the video feed or watch this after will know already. Mickie and I talked about this a little while you guys were out beating each other up with foam swords.
Yep.
Don't typecast yourself.
We talked about it would be neat if we created the characters in an hour here and then went right into play them. And we agreed that really the only way that's going to happen is if we create quick dungeon world characters and really focus on what the personality difference might be, not necessarily what abilities and feats and stuff like that, and then go right into an hour of play with those characters that were just created for you. So that's what we're going to try. Now here's where I need to ask the next question of you guys. Out of the classes, what class do you want to pick for someone else? Now, how do we want to go about making a character for someone else? Do you want to pick names out of a hat? Do you want to pick the person? Do each of you have an idea already?
Are we doing it jointly? Like, are we all going to sit here and say, let's make Mickey's character and do that? Or
one person will spearhead that character and everyone else can have input. Let's say everyone except the person who it's for can have input.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
We're drawing names.
Yeah, to me, that's the part that's open right now.
Well, let's just go around the table, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
So,
because you may already have somebody you want to build a character.
Yeah, so we'll build a character for Mick. We'll build a character for me. We'll build a character for Chris. We'll build a character for Kurt.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll try to create a balanced party as well as.
For Dungeon World, I don't care about balanced party because the party can survive balanced or not.
Dungeon World, got it.
Yeah.
Your favorite game.
Yeah,
Wouldn't it be easier to do that since we're going to go play?
I guess.
I guess it's less work.
If we like the characters, we can always convert them to 5e easily.
Yeah. Do you want to play D&D?
It's okay.
Are you going to?
Do you think we could make 4 characters within an hour in D&D? And that's where I'm going.
I mean,
with.
yeah, we could, but if they were all me. I mean, I'm not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can make mine in an hour, but not 3 more.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
I think
So for Mickie, what we're going to force her to play, because the thing I've noticed, and I'm sure you guys have all noticed it as well, Mickie likes to play the thug. She likes to play the person who runs away when they're outnumbered, but when their party's behind them, she is thugalicious.
So, in Dungeon World terms,
Fireball the shot.
if you want to go kind of opposite of that,
Yeah,
you're talking about Bard, Druid, or Wizard.
I'm going to say wizard. I have never seen her play a
I don't
caster.
think I've ever played a caster.
She's never played a caster, so wizard is definitely well outside the comfort zone.
So we're going to
you
start.
were never sorcerer.
Nope. I've never played a caster.
Sorcerer's not
never-
bad.
More
for
important-
D&D, 'cause you can still be, yeah.
More important than the class for Mickie is the person. I mean, probably for all of us. it's the
Exactly. I mean,
personality.
but
Yeah.
it's
But
good.
we can kind of start with this because
Exactly.
this is a way to get a piece of paper out there, and then we can start making notes on the piece of paper.
When if we're trying to get people to play against type, I think Chris needs to play a very loquacious, almost can't shut up character. So he should probably
Bard?
be a bard,
Well, Chris
Yes.
be a Bard.
but not a strong silent bard.
Like a bar.
I don't like playing bards because I'm a musician, so that's why I don't play bards.
Well, no, you're gonna be a poet.
Yeah.
You're gonna be the poet
Yes.
A master
we got a
of the
bard.
spoken
Actually, I have some
word.
ideas when you play a bard.
I think
That's fine. I mean, we're not trying to make it hard for you to play, other than just like.
But that's normally why I stay away from those characters. 'Cause I kind of already, I've been there, done that.
But you tend to be more of a listener. You choose your moments.
yeah, totally.
I would love to see you play a character that like you can't shut up.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough.
And your character needs to
It
shut
needs
up.
some alcohol.
Yeah. Although not like Teen Lim.
It needs some alcohol.
So maybe,
He's gonna have to voluntarily. Maybe I'm like a vow of silence or.
or maybe a barbarian.
Never
Maybe
played
he's
a
a
barbarian.
You've never played a barbarian?
Monk.
I'm thinking.
He just
So
grunts.
for what we were just saying,
I never played like a fighter.
Yeah, I was
No,
going to say
you don't.
barbarian, fighter,
Barbarian would be
even paladin.
Oh, I hate paladins.
Oh, there we go.
Can I have an evil god?
Actually, why not?
No, I mean,
Yeah.
it'll
not
depend
much
on
of a true
it'll
believer, that's
depend
why they're
on
hard.
what's made for you.
yeah, obviously, whatever.
And what are we going to make?
It'd be fun to. I'd love to. Why this would be fun in D&D is because we can read
Oh,
along
you
the
lucked
different
out. I don't have
skills.
another paladin printed. So fighter or barbarian?
Barbarian, I think.
Barbarian.
Well, no, you don't
Yeah,
get
I don't
it.
get it.
So what are we going to throw over to Mr. Stevens over here?
Well, it's something he doesn't play, like Dungeon World. We can start there.
Yeah.
So we got that covered already. But I
Take
mean,
him out of his comfort
Yeah,
zone.
rogue thief.
Rogue.
I don't think I've ever seen you play a sneaky,
rogue,
backstabbing character.
That's true.
I'll go there.
I'm
Okay.
sure you have played them, but not
We
that.
haven't seen it, is what you mean.
Yeah.
Or what you said. Right.
Yeah.
All right.
currently playing an ambush ranger online.
Online in like a Roll20.
In a play-by post, actually.
Ah.
That's neat.
It's another level of nerd.
Well, it's the personality for JJ because he's actually
used
played
to.
some varied
I used
personalities.
I have, but they're mostly me.
So
I
now
think
we
one
have
of them
an
should
idea
have to-
of-
one of
That's
the
how the
personality
knowledge shines
traits.
through, though. You know, that's
Yeah.
how it is. It's hard.
One of the personality traits should have to be something like
All right, so I got.
And
We
with a
got
pet
Chris
chicken.
Bar. JJ needs to be a druid with a pet chicken.
So basically, not optimized in any way. Got it.
How about a thief?
wait. What about a druid that
Bridget, why would
shapeshifts
you do
into a
that?
chicken?
No.
It runs away.
But
The
your
thing
chicken
is,
is your animal
the thing
form.
is, have you ever kicked a chicken in Zelda?
Back in the original days.
Because I will
We've done
ruin
it in
your
Diablo.
world.
That's true.
So is that the type of chicken you have?
Yeah.
It would just go
So we're going to go with thief.
bananas on?
Thief? Okay.
We've got thief.
I think I have all the sheets, but we'd have to print them.
All right, but
with
is
that.
Mickie going to be
I have.
a Haitian wizard? That's what I want.
You didn't have Druid though, right?
No, I have
She's
to-
not making that back for me.
But I like the idea of the thief. 'Cause
I'm on
that was-
camera?
everyone except him said
Saved
that. And he just had the
Throw
idea of
something at you.
what kind of,
Yeah, that's good.
exploding chicken or whatever it was.
So you're gonna be a wizard, thief.
So now,
Bard?
do we know
Bard.
who's going to do?
We could also make him
whose
a druid
character?
if he doesn't want to be a bard. A druid who's been in the woods
We
too
said we were
much,
gonna
and so now
go
whenever he's with
round
people, he can't stop
table.
talking.
But I want one person to lead the creation. I want one person to have the piece of paper in front of them.
What are we gonna? Are you gonna GM?
I want to contribute all of it.
No, are you gonna
Contribute to
GM?
all of it. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, unless you want to.
We're gonna let.
I don't have anything in
GM?
mind.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
Now I'm fine if someone else wants to do it. I'll play a character, but I'm ready to run it and contribute during the character creation.
All right. So who's building who?
All right. Who's going to make JJ's character?
Should he do his own writing so he can read it? No, I'm saying.
My character should have to be asexual.
Asexual?
Don't you think?
You want to make JJ's character?
I'll do this.
All right. Who's going to make Chris's
Turnabout
character?
is fair play.
I'll make Chris's character.
So we're just shifting.
Yeah, we'll
one?
just shift one. Just-
Yeah.
we're
So
doing
then,
it.
Chris, you're making a
Okay.
barbarian,
So you get to do mine.
and you're making a wizard.
Mickey's playing a duchess who happens to be a sorcerer.
A sorcerer. That's actually a neat class name instead of like a sword mage or whatever. Sorcerer. Not easy to say, but it's there.
So for recording purposes, just sitting here filling in sheets will not be interesting.
And that's where I want to let's, like Mickie said, we'll all talk about it, but one person's going to do the writing, the recording, what have you. So what I'd like to do to start, let's go ahead and make the character with the optimal stats, because there's no need to gimp a character
for
that
sure.
reason. All right. So when you put your abilities in, for the wizard, put intelligence as the highest. For the thief, put dexterity as the highest, etc. So put that 16 there.
Is it Constitution for the barbarians?
Honestly, the barbarian is the one I'm least familiar with what's out there.
So it should be in
The easiest way to look at it is look at
parentheses after.
the starter moves
Yeah.
and see which one is which.
I see con here.
What
for
you got?
you're
Which
waiting
ability?
for.
I mean, con and strength are what you're looking for.
I mean, I'll take a look at the barbarian one here because I do have another copy.
Yeah.
Constitution's probably the one. That's the only thing that's I see mentioned for anything.
Yeah.
I mean,
and you can tank.
strength is what you hit with. Con is what you tank with.
Yeah.
He has the whole crouch.
You'll have more hit points with a higher constitution. You'll do more damage. Well, you'll hit more often with a higher strength. Your damage does not change based on strength. Just your ability to hit will. What I'm looking at, like later on, there's not much listed there for which stats you're going to use. But just to get those out of the way, let's do what we think is the best for that class.
Yeah, jeez.
And I do want to stick with what's there for alignments. So we do want to pick one that you think may be challenging for the recipient of this piece of paper. So, for example, it might be, I think for Kurt playing the barbarian, I think it would probably good to pick chaotic, because we don't want him neutral. We don't want him subdued. We want Kurt talking
Yeah, I
on this
agree.
one, right?
I agree.
You want me talking?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said you didn't want me talking.
Well, for this character, but
character.
not as much as Kurt normally talks.
wow,
We
okay.
want Chris talking as much as Kurt normally does, but my thought was we want you. Your character needs to be taking stands on stuff instead of being neutral. Is I guess what I was thinking, because normally your characters are neutral.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could do it. I could not do it.
I played pretty neutral.
Yeah.
So you need to be.
So
Very pointed and driven and leader of the party.
what I mean by outspoken isn't speaking a lot, just outspoken, I guess.
Opinionated.
Yes, that's another good word for it. So when we look at JJ's thief, what is an alignment there, Mickie, that we might want to pick for him?
He always plays like a chaotic character. No, it's hard.
I was going to say, don't say I always do anything. 'Cause,
You'd never always do anything.
Never always. So let's go
make
with the
him-
sentence that is on it. Like, say neutral. What's a sentence that goes with neutral?
Avoid detection or infiltrate a location.
I don't think that
I
one
want to
works
shift
well.
him to evil, frankly.
What does the evil one say?
Shift danger or blame from yourself to someone else.
For me?
For
JJ, yeah, I think out of what's there, that might be the
versus
right one.
chaotic leap into danger without a plan. I think evil works because that is not how he typically plays.
Yeah. Now I know when I've seen him play a trickster before, he can do that. But I will try and make this not a trickster, as it were.
No, this is
Because you're talking about Wayne.
Yeah.
I'm thinking thief, but more like Ocean's 11
Oh, okay.
type thief.
Okay.
Smooth,
He's a smooth operator.
smooth operator.
I mean, that's just me, so I mean, I'm not sure exactly where.
Uh-huh.
Not sure.
So high in charisma. Not
All right, so
just that.
JJ, then we're looking at the bard, right?
I've got high dex
For
and
Chris.
highest charisma.
What's there in alignment that we think would be fun to see Chris do?
I am leaning most toward chaotic.
And what does the chaotic one say?
Spur others to significant and unplanned decisive
Oh heck,
action.
yeah,
Because Chris is more of a follow the
yeah.
pack sort of guy.
Wait and see what happens. No, it'll be forcing the situation.
Yep.
Through others.
Through
not
others.
necessarily yourself.
Convincing them to do other things, yeah. I'm thinking human.
Okay. Kurt, what do you
Because-
think for alignment for this wizard that Mickey's going to have to sling spells with?
I think she needs to play a good character.
What is the good line on there?
Well, the line is easy. It's use magic to directly aid another.
So she's going to be helping people.
Yes.
That's a good one, actually.
Yeah, and the idea is that a good...
She's just tossing
good
in the towel. I'm out.
Wait till you see... Yeah, a good character's
That
first
swear
instinct
jar's
is
gonna
not
fill
to
up so
burn the
fast.
house down.
Yeah.
Don't burn the house
What
down.
if it's helpful to someone?
But someone might...
What if they wanted their house
Well, then
burned
she
down?
would burn the house
There
down.
you go.
Yes.
So you have to first get the bard to convince them they need the house burned down, so that you can burn
I
it
can do
down.
this.
Burning down the house.
But that would be deceitful, which might not go along with a good alignment. So JJ, you mentioned the race. You picked human, and I think we probably have a selection of race on all of these.
Mm-hmm.
So what was it about human that made you pick that for the bard?
So when you at first enter a civilized settlement, someone who respects the custom of hospitality to minstrels will take you in as their guest. So again, I'm
Everyone's your
thinking
friend.
he's going to be the point man
Yeah.
and getting us lodging. Rather than elf, which is you recall an important piece of information about the location.
Yeah,
That you're at.
the human's the people person. The
Yeah.
elf is the lore person.
Yeah.
It sounds like okay. Chris, you're a people person.
Ooh, it's gonna be a rough one.
And Chris, for the barbarian, what races is?
He could be elf, dwarf, halfling, or human.
And which one are you thinking for Mr. Kurt?
Halfling.
Halfling
That
barbarian.
is the correct answer, because I would never play a halfling.
There you go. What is the line that goes along with it?
So basically, you're just an outsider. So it doesn't matter what race you pick. It's just you and your people aren't from around here. So at the beginning of each session, the GM will ask you something about your homeland, why you left, or what you left
Okay.
behind.
All right.
And if you answer, you get XP.
We'll say that.
So you don't have to answer, but if you answer, you get experience.
And so Mickey is a dwarf wizard, right?
Nope.
Because you can't pick dwarf. Otherwise.
She has to be an elf or a human.
Okay.
If she were an elf, magic is as natural as breath to her, and she would get detect magic as a cantrip. But she's actually going to be a human, so she will choose one cleric spell and can cast it as if it were a wizard spell. And that's because...
So that Mickey has more spells.
well, it's not so she has more spells, it's because her
likes helping
second character trait is going to be charisma, and she's going to be related to a court. She's going to be super proper, mannered lady of good alignment,
Why did I come up with
who
this
also has to heal.
So Joe, check out this idea that I'm going to hate in 20 minutes.
Nope. And I've got it gets
You're gonna
better.
kill
It
us
gets
all.
better.
Oh, it gets better. You know, so I like that. Did anybody else put a quirk in the abilities? The stats? So he put charisma as the second one, which you normally wouldn't do for a wizard. Did anybody else put a kind of quirk like that in there?
No, I straight up barbarian did.
You did?
Yeah, I straight up barded it.
All brawn,
But
no brain.
I did come up with a pretty sweet name.
Really?
Yes. Greg Gary Oos.
Gregarious.
Oh, okay. Oos. I've got the Oos lost me until she said it. Yep. Gregarious.
Greg Gary Oos.
Now, what's the first letter of the third word?
Oh.
Okay. So, GGO.
Yep, GGO.
All right, so Mickie, I saw you doing a little erasing.
I
What
did.
are you thinking there?
She's going to put a quirk in.
I am. Because, I mean, no, not really a quirk. Dex is first, Charisma
Right.
second. I had Constitution third. But I think I'm going to switch that around because I want him to play
Squishy.
more squishy,
Okay.
more with intelligence and wisdom versus con and strength.
Okay.
So I'm going to do this
That's reasonable.
differently.
I'm looking at what else might be up here to talk about. Oh, let's look on the back side of the sheet for gear. And you're able to do the starting gear outfitting of this other character. So part of that will be maybe thinking of why they would have the gear they have. So, for example, for the barbarian, it can be an axe, it can be a two-handed sword, it can be for the weapons, or you can have adventuring gear or chainmail. And why would you not put a halfling in chainmail, right? So think about that kind of thing. JJ, any thoughts for gear at this point for the bard? I think we'd kind of said, as a mercy to Chris, we weren't going to make him play an instrument, but that doesn't mean we have to stick with that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go with a fiddle.
Make him play a bass in a metal band.
A fiddle, never before played.
A fiddle, never before played.
He has a fiddle.
But he's reluctant to start
He's
using
reluctant
the
to start
instrument?
using it.
Okay.
He just does it as the identifying characteristic to the character.
I only pluck it though. I don't.
That kind of
never
thing
use
where
the bow.
you get up in front of the crowd, you stand up on the stage, you get the fiddle ready, and then you just start talking.
No. What he does is he plucks it a few times.
Yeah.
Me.
Is it like-
puts it down and then starts talking.
Are you familiar with the Larry the Cable Guy routines where he starts strumming a song and he's like he's going to start singing, this one's titled whatever, and he has some goofy name, and he starts strumming and says, you know what I really hate, and he just stops playing, and it's just part of his shtick, and it's kind of funny. So you play the instrument, but it doesn't stick. You don't keep doing it as part of your performance. That could be funny. What else is on the bard sheet for gear that we would foist upon?
I
said
am
bard?
foisting upon him ostentatious clothing.
Oh yeah.
And to go with the ostentatious
fiddle.
clothing
Okay.
is a worn out bow.
Oh yeah. Okay. So the one thing he uses most often might be the bow, or it's so old that he doesn't use it.
Yep.
That might be something. If you have an idea to throw in there, that would be what to put in, because we're creating that bit for him. He doesn't get to create that. Any gaps we leave, the person who's playing the character can fill those gaps. But whatever gap or whatever traits we put in, stay true as you get started with your character.
And I'm also filling in bonds.
That's a good one too. I like that idea, because now we can finally force it upon someone else. Instead of trying to figure out how it applies to me, you're going to say this does apply to him and let him figure it out. So that's cool. Anyone else look at the gear for the character they're making?
Yeah, I've got mine.
So what does the human wizard
So
get?
Mickie starts with her spellbook and dungeon rations, and then rather than giving her leather armor, I'm going to give her a bag of books and 3 healing potions, a dagger instead of a staff, and instead of a healing potion, because I think you'll probably get healing through your cleric spell, 3 antitoxins.
Okay.
So no weapons.
A dagger.
A dagger, and you're a wizard. But nothing that you can shoot in
Nothing
anyone's
that I can
knee.
shoot.
I mean, you could maybe throw it, but
Yes.
You could always magic missile in the knee.
it's true.
Cheap shot.
Chris, did you pick the gear? For the
Yeah, I'm
barbarian?
giving him an axe and adventuring gear.
Cool. Okay. Anything special about the axe? Just curious.
He made it himself.
Made it himself.
Nicely ornate wood, grinded the metal to steel down.
So does that mean
It's got
it's
runes in it.
nicer because he made it himself?
Yeah.
Oh, dang. I was thinking more like
It's-
arts and crafts made it himself.
No, I mean, it looks nice. It's got a lot of
Okay. Okay, cool.
decorations on it.
Mickie, what do you have for gear for
Pretty
that rogue thief?
The rogue will carry a hypia and 3 throwing daggers.
Okay.
Figured that fits under his tux, because
He wears a tux.
He wears a tux.
He wears a tux.
you can never be underdressed. That's his motto.
Oh, okay.
One can never be underdressed to civilize to that society.
Now, the other thing I do want to do, like JJ pointed out there, was the whole idea of the bonds. So try and throw a couple of bonds in there, and I would like to use those as kickoff starting points for the personality things that we'll come up with.
And how does armor get
What about
factored again?
Armor is based on what you have. You have 0 armor unless you have a shield, or you chose armor as part of your gear.
Yeah.
What about backstory?
That actually, to me, that might be linked with bonds, but it's something that I want to come up with. I mean, we're only 25 minutes in, so we've got a little bit of time to work on it. For me, backstory is going to be, to make it easy enough for the other person to pick up on it, backstory is going to be 2 to 3 sentences.
All right, here's mine.
Right.
Can I do Mickie?
That is not a backstory.
That's not
And
a
yes.
backstory.
No, I'm just kidding.
Ooh, I'm next. I'm going to do the backstory next.
Okay, sorry.
No, I'm kidding. Anyway. What I'd like to do is starting moves before we do that.
Okay,
Because
starting moves first.
So I had
But
heard
the
about
reason
it.
I say that is starting
I'd
moves,
heard
depending
about
on what you
And then-
choose,
then
may
you're gonna
play
be
into what a
Or
background
it wasn't
might
one of those
be.
things where,
Okay.
So, for
I met
example,
it was like,
I'll use the
disappointing,
barbarian
though.
for an example again because I have it. If you pick chainmail, then it's a good idea to pick full plate and packing steel because you ignore the clumsy tag on armor you wear, and chainmail has a clumsy tag. So I'm looking at the barbarian.
How many starting moves do we get?
It is whatever it's. I think with the wizard, you're
Did you just get them all?
Yeah, you just essentially you get them all. Yes. But what you're choosing as a wizard is your spells. So your spell
There's
book.
beer in there. I'm tempted.
Was it?
There's beer.
So that is the starting moves for a wizard. Is what spells are you picking? You'll have however many cantrips, however many first level spells. I think it's just 1, right? As we kick off level 1,
Right.
or is it your level plus 1? So I think it's 2 first level spells.
A little bit. Your bonds are a little bit off, aren't they? Like they're not really things you would normally pick.
I was just trying to see where it fit in. 'cause
Did you pick the starting moves for the bard?
I didn't.
they're already-
I just want to make sure
I think
whatever
he gets it.
whatever
Yeah, that-
needs to be. No, bardic lore. You have to pick something out of bardic lore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So there are any of them that says choose something. You have to choose one of those things. And when it comes to the wizard, it's spells that you're choosing. The barbarian, you have to choose the either full plate and packing steel or unencumbered, unharmed. That's your choice there, as well as your Herculean appetites. You choose 2 of them. Mickie looks like she's just about checked off and found the poisons that she wants for
Do you
the
have the
thief.
cleric spell sheet by any chance?
I do. I'm going to say I do and then look. I'm pretty sure I do.
For poison, for the thief, I chose Golden Root. The target treats the next creature they see as a trusted ally until proven otherwise.
Oh, that's the same as the wizard charm person spell, which is pretty cool.
What's JJ's character's name?
Don't have one yet.
Not yet.
That's not a very good name.
His name is
Should've asked.
Thief Rogue.
Thief Rogue. Thief Rogue.
His characters always have such different names, you know?
All right, so Bob,
Exactly. I want a run of the mill.
spelled with a 7. But the Q is silent.
No, I want a southern name.
A southern name. Like
Cletus.
Not Cletus.
Ding!
Ashley.
Jinx achievement
Ashley.
unlocked.
I like it.
Ashley. There you go.
Whenever I try to think of male southern names, I think of names that are really girls' names.
What race is he?
Human.
Human. So we have 2 humans.
He is
right?
a professional.
The wizard and the thief are humans.
What's
the bard,
his
the
look?
bard is also human, right?
What's he look
Dapper.
like?
Dapper.
JJ?
What's
the
up?
bard is
How
also
does he
human?
look?
Yes.
Okay, so we have humans and a halfling.
Is it a big guy? He's a small guy?
No,
Thin
he's
guy? Finsky?
average
Svelte?
height. I would say probably about 5'11", 6 feet. Not very broad, kind of
Lanky?
slim looking.
Okay.
I want to say like Brad Pitt in Ocean's 11.
Okay.
That's what I picture.
Okay. So you're creating a character for your husband in such a way that you wish he were that character? Mm-mm. Okay, you don't like Brad Pitt?
No.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
I mean,
As a-
I don't know him.
Well, hey, all right.
If
the
he came
look.
up and propositioned you, you'd probably go, yeah, sure. Whatever.
Yeah, maybe. Let me check with my husband first. Yeah.
But that's
Brad
cool.
Pitt's a good-looking man. If he came up and propositioned me, I'd say, honey, how you feel about this one? Let's go.
I wouldn't necessarily push him away right away. You have to think about it.
Honey, I know threesomes really weren't in our future, but
It's Brad Pitt.
No, I'm more of a Joe Mangly. Oh my God, he's gorgeous.
He's a good-looking man, too.
It's the name.
I'm very comfortable in my manhood, so.
No, it's just I like him.
dude, both he and Sophia.
So now we've got. Well, what I'd like to have, if you didn't already write it down, I would like 1 to 3 sentences of a backstory.
Is this
And
me?
backstory means maybe what kind of family are you from, what kind of town are you from, what made you become an adventurer. A singular event, just a few words. You know.
What level are we?
We'll start at 1, just because you don't even know what your character is yet, and once it's set in front of you, having an extra move to deal with may not necessarily be the right thing to start.
What's the barbarian's name?
Crispin.
Okay.
Crispin.
So one sentence about backstory.
And this is
And
where I
what's
think
the
the
rogue's
bonds,
name?
the bonds there may help out.
What's the rogue's name? Ashley?
Ashley Morgan.
Ashley Morgan.
Morgan was my second choice name.
Did I have
Morgan's a cool name.
the name badges? They were
Ambivalent.
around here somewhere. Because Bridget used one
Ambiguous name is
at the beginning of this 24 hours. She made one that said, "Hello, my name is Slim Shady." But I actually had my name is stickers.
What?
I don't know if they ended up on the table.
My name is...
What?
But if we have those, they might be
Slim
useful for the
Shady.
next bit of time that we're here.
All right, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to read Mickey's character whenever you're ready.
Are those peanut M&M?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
And if we can come up with a few words that describe the personality, talkative, assertive, meek, shy, something that is easy for someone to glom onto. Make it a big character trait. You just moved those from me. I appreciate that. And I really appreciate that you moved them back after I said that. Thank you, Mickie.
You're welcome.
You're much more sweet than Kurt lets on.
Oh, what are you talking about? I'm a stone cold. Yeah.
You're a stone cold donation. Look at that. I got majority red M&Ms. Does that mean something?
I'll take one.
I like the red ones too. There's something about the red M&Ms now that they make them again. It's like that's the one. It's the right one. But
there's dark red and there's
yeah,
light
look
red.
at this. There's
Now
an
you're-
assortment of red here. There's different shades. Oh, if you, I don't know if I can
Mars.
hold these in a way
What's
that you
going
can,
on?
Yeah, you can see the different shades there on
complex.
the
I think
interwebs.
he's ripped.
This one is almost like
for
a
having-
jelly
he's
beanish
all
color.
muscle, like he's huge, but he's short.
It still tastes like shouldn't eat.
Yeah.
So kind of like a dwarf warrior.
Yeah,
But
he's
knows
just,
halfling.
just ripped, dude.
All right, Mickey.
Like, he's more like bronze than
Does he
Brain, though.
weigh
like,
like-
he's
does he weigh like 50
He looks
pounds?
good, but like he can't. Like when he tries to talk, he just can't do it.
And he's got like sleeves. Is he like tatted up?
Oh
like,
yeah, he's like
everywhere?
yeah.
On the face?
Yeah, no, just like Yakuza
Okay.
kind of. But like,
Okay.
So hopefully, like I said, you've got to the point where you've got a couple sentences maybe
or like
that
Maori,
describe
maybe, kind of like the
character
Islander
origin.
kind of tattoos.
a few words that describe
Kinda,
character
right.
personality, and you have filled out bonds. And you can fill them all out, you can fill one out. And what I'd like to do for the rest of this episode, for the rest of this character creation spot, is between the person who the character was built for and the person who wrote the most in, explain why those things are, so we understand them. And it looks like JJ's already got his in Chris's hand, so why don't we start there?
Sure. That's hilarious.
So, explain to Chris what he's reading, JJ.
So I try to have some opposites, and so he's playing a bard, and part of his personality is that he is completely convinced that everything he does is the right thing, right? But he's always seeking approval from his peers, and because of that, whenever he performs, he loses that sheer confidence that he has in every other scenario of his life.
Okay.
Like, he's
Is this why he never plays the fiddle?
Yeah.
So I'm never playing.
Performance anxiety?
Man, I kind of wanted to play.
So he has the fiddle, and
You
he
can only
always
do it in private.
intends to play it, which is why he's falling back to poetry.
So the kind of thing like the only time you ever hear the fiddle is when you walk by his locked hotel
So
room.
I'm Sherlock Holmes again.
Like he's practicing.
Interesting.
His family wanted him to be something more prosperous, like a merchant or a doctor or whatever, and he decided, no, I'm just gonna yuck it up.
All right.
Mickie, you ready?
Does that help you there with what's on there, Chris? You have any questions for him? And we'll do more of this as we go.
I love his bonds, but go ahead.
So we don't know what this is.
Yeah, we don't know what it is. So,
What's that
when we
mean?
cover his bonds or no?
Yeah, let's do that.
I'll change
So-
that.
So we're going to spend at least, I don't know,
I wrote
3 to
real
5
names
minutes
in
on
there.
each one.
I wrote real names in there, whatever. But for Kurt, I said he knows a secret from Kurt.
What's her name?
But Kurt has realized
That's Mickie.
that he never
Number
should
one
have shared it because this guy can't keep a secret.
Ah, okay.
So wait. He knows a secret from me?
Yes,
Yeah.
he
He knows a
knows
secret about
a
you.
secret about you that you do not want shared, but you know that he is a teller of tales, and it's going to come out, and you just.
So I'm just
kinda
waiting for the shoe to drop.
You have confided in the world's
You got
worst
too drunk one
confidant.
night and probably said too much.
Mickey's character's name is Veritana.
Veritone.
So, as
that's a
far
pretty
as
cool
the
name.
But there's a
bards,
reason.
So you gave her a break with one thing that she could appreciate.
as far as the bard's bond with Mickie, he is a total fanboy. He has sung about her beauty long before he met her.
I like that bond.
What if I have her being super ugly?
I know, right? I thought it was.
No, I don't. It's
It's
on.
in the eye
It's
of
on.
the beholder.
It's on.
This is
Beauty is
That's a good point.
mustard M&M.
That is.
It's like a mustard color.
And then,
So we haven't decided if I was disappointed after meeting or.
yeah, exactly. One of those things where you shouldn't meet
You
your
should
icons.
meet your idols.
Well, yeah, let's wait on that. 'cause
So you guys will
this'll be-
meet.
Yeah, this will be.
And then for me, I can't remember what.
Way too interested in the art of
Oh yeah, he's way too interested in the art of stealth. So like, I'll be going and lock picking, and he'll be right there on my elbow.
What you
going,
doing? What you doing? What you doing?
playing
Cool.
the Mission Impossible theme.
Dun, 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 dun.
Anytime I play the fiddle, though, I don't use the bell. I just pluck it. It's all muted.
You hammer tap.
Yeah,
Eddie Van Halen's top.
there you go.
All right, so that's the bard.
Neat. All right. All right. What personality traits did you give him? Or did we cover that and I missed it?
Completely confident in everything he does except for performance.
Okay. So is
Not
he
necessarily
then,
justifiable.
So he
so
is
he then
gregarious.
assertive?
He is gregarious. He is absolutely sure that everything he does is the correct thing, the right thing, no matter what.
To the point that he should get upset when he's called out on it?
Probably, I don't know.
Okay. I mean, it's worth noting whether that should be a character.
Essentially, he leads and expects to be followed, and is baffled about why you wouldn't.
Okay.
I'm bothered if you're not following me.
What's that?
Although, wait, is that work? Say that again?
He leads and expects to be followed.
But I thought I was spurring others to. I'm delegating.
Well, that's what a leader would do,
Okay.
right?
Okay, gotcha.
So you're sending your minions out to do
My
stuff.
minions.
Oh, I eat too many
Right.
M&Ms.
Like one.
Oh, no. Half the bag. All right.
Oh, so I get. Thank you, Kurt. I feel horrible. Joe, take these.
Seriously.
All right, who's going next?
I didn't
Who's
do it
up
over.
next?
Sorry. Go ahead.
So you did Chris. Should Chris do JJ? Or should we just go around the table?
No, because Chris did you. You did Mickie, and Mickie did me.
Okay.
Nobody's doing me.
But he hasn't really described.
Well, I mean, you're just out of the...
I know. It's
All right.
I mean, if you want to get
No,
into
that's
this
fine.
orgy...
All right, here we go.
character
Just
creation.
jump in.
All right, so Mickie is playing the wizard, who I'm going to think of as a sorceress. Veritana Elan. Her father is King Elan of the Elan Empire.
Okay.
She's the firstborn princess. She has no brothers. She has a younger sister. And in this empire, women can rule. So she's in line to be queen when her father dies.
Nice.
I have to behave.
But she lost her father's respect during her childhood and early years for consistent or compulsive lying. And so when she was
I was going to say for
14,
being way too nice.
when she was 14, she prayed to the goddess of light, whoever that is in this world, kind of the goddess of truth and light, for that she wanted to return to her father's good graces. And it was a sincere prayer. And the goddess answered her but not directly. He answered by creating a condition for Veritana that whenever she lies, she either blushes as red as a rose, or if that does not occur, actual physical pain or harm is caused to her younger sister.
Oh.
Her character traits are that she's, in terms of personality, she's prim, proper, charming, classically beautiful, if a bit dainty, feminine, intelligent, and earnest, without being earnest and not sarcastic.
Oh, good. I'm twitching for you, Mickey.
Thank you.
Her name, Veritana Elan, comes from Veritas, for
Exactly,
truth.
for truth, yeah.
Truth.
She has, to start, her spells are... she has the wizard spell telepathy, so she can form a telepathic bond with a single person she touches, enabling her to converse with that person through her thoughts. And she has Cure Light Wounds from the cleric spell list.
So I actually like the idea that the name, read phonetically and literally, it's Verita. Nah. Well, it's going to be truthful, but nah.
So, and the way I would envision, and you obviously play it however you like, but whenever
No, she has to play it how you like to start.
Whenever you
That's the
lie,
point.
there is a clear manifestation that has potential consequences. Either, but and by the way, you want to return to your father's good graces, which would mean that you would be queen, but your alignment is good, and you love your sister. You're not like out to get her, but just because when you lie you get these consequences, that doesn't mean that you always have to tell the whole truth. In fact, a large part of your character will be, I think, trying to find ways to get out of situations without lying in a way that is not an obvious telling of truth.
So if you and the killer are next to the body and the killer's holding the weapon and you didn't do it, you could just say, I didn't do it, but not point to who actually did it, kind of thing. Just
I mean, it has to be a clear, it has to be a clear untruth.
Yeah.
to
You're going to be
qualify.
deceitful, but it has to be the truth and deceitful.
And I made charisma her second highest skill behind intelligence. The idea being that she was raised as a lady in court, being groomed to be queen, and so she's both kind and proper.
Cool. All right.
So I realized when I read those traits, it probably sounded like I was trying to make it like too dainty and feminine. What I really wanted was kind and proper, charming.
Total opposite. Got it.
No, but definitely opposite of some of the characters you play.
There you go.
Total opposite of everything I've played.
Who wants to go next? Actually, we'll save Mickey's thief for JJ for last. What is the barbarian?
The barbarian's a halfling. His name's Crispin. He's got long, curly, dark hair. He's short, halfling, but he's ripped. He's huge, like this. He kind of looks like a smaller version of a rock, you know.
Okay.
He's got these
He
strange.
gets confused for its worth.
Yeah, well, he's done. Yeah, no facial hair though. He's never knew his parents. He's raised by nomads, so he traveled all over the place. He's had tattoos since birth. He has no idea what they mean.
Okay.
And for you, it could be maybe it's a map, maybe it's a spell that protects him. Who knows? Could be
It's a map to his heart.
yeah. And since he was always small around people that are bigger than him, he was bullied as a child. So he has a Napoleon complex. He always wants to be the leader all the time. He wants to show people he's got. And he's more brains than brawn. You know, he's good looking and he can get the attention of the ladies, but then he's not to talk to them.
They look down on him all the time.
Right, exactly. And then for some of the bonds, he thinks JJ's character is puny and foolish, but amusing. And then for me, he thinks I'm strange and confusing.
Okay.
For you, I gotta think who you are. The bard.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I didn't think about that, Kurt. You had bonds.
Yeah, I didn't say my
for the
bonds. I
wizard.
can come back to those when he's done.
And then for his Herculean appetites, it's pure destruction and power over those with the Napoleon complex thing. And he prefers to be no armor, just like speed, over, that not a really.
So he has the
Tasmanian
unencumbered,
devil. Yeah,
unharmed
right, yeah.
starting move. Okay.
Cool. Mickey, your bonds, I had... wait a sec. Gregarious, yeah. Gregarious...
You mean Greg?
Greg.
Call me Greg.
For Mickey, Greg will play an important role in the events to come. I have foreseen it. Ashley is keeping an important secret from me. And Crispin is woefully misinformed about the world. I will teach him all that I can.
Okay.
Okay.
And the bonds are hard to know until you get playing.
But this
They give you
forces
something.
backstory.
Okay, so Ashley Morgan
Okay.
is the thief. He's got calm, genuine eyes, cropped hair, fancy clothes, lithe body. He is, we said, evil. Shift danger or blame from yourself to someone else. Human. He is smooth, always knows just what to say. A charmer since birth. He's always just coasted through life. I changed the way I did the numbers, so he's not
Okay.
the brightest bulb. He's not the brightest bulb, but things seem to always work out for him.
Okay.
He's the youngest of a large family and grew up privileged, which means he doesn't always have a basis in reality. He thinks things just come naturally. As far as bonds, he stole something from Kurt's character. He thought it was hilarious to take something from
That's Crispin.
Crispin.
Crispin. Yep.
Thought it was hilarious to take something from the halfling. Wasn't malicious, just something to do because he was bored that day. Chris's character, Greg?
Great.
Gary.
Gary.
Gary, you change day to day
Yeah.
what
call
you
me
want to
Gary.
be called.
Call me Gary.
Gary has his back when things go wrong, and Veritana knows something.
I got your back so much I'm screwing up your stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, man?
I got you covered, dude. You hiding?
Veritana knows something incriminating about Ashley Morgan. And his motto through life is, one shall never be underdressed for civilized society.
Oh yeah, what does he wear? You mentioned a tux.
Well, it doesn't really translate. So
looking at
he wears leather
first one
armor.
there.
So think like fancy pants and that.
Fancy pants.
What was he wearing? Inigo Montoya? What he was wearing?
Oh, yes!
that
Okay.
kind of.
That's pretty good.
So some amount of puffiness
Yes,
that
absolutely.
makes him fancy.
There. Across my fingers there.
The Hawaiian thing?
Yeah.
I read that earlier, yeah.
Did you get
Hawaii
that?
3.
Yes.
What?
Just we'll do it off
A
there.
thing. Okay.
Political thing.
So let's
Yeah, I
let the
didn't-
players have their characters in front of them when we're ready. But yeah, if you
You're not
want
going to
to
be able to read.
explain
I'll
something
rewrite it for
else.
you later. I just forgot to do the appearance, so I don't have you. You can obviously change your clothes however you want, but I would not have you wearing wizard robes. You'd be dressed like a
Like a
lady, but not like a court dress. It would be like a stylish, closely fit silk blouse with maybe
So why?
almost like riding
yes.
like riding pants, like horse riding
doesn't
pants or
make
something like
much
that.
sense.
Because I want you to be mobile and a fighter, but you still need to look like you could walk into court if you had to. That kind of thing.
Okay.
Business cash.
But you can change that, but just not wizard robes. You would never wear wizard robes.
All right, so everyone has their
Oh,
character.
you're blonde too.
Everyone gets their character in front of that. One thing for the wizard. What
You're
spells
human.
did you pick? I don't know if
Ashley.
we covered that.
Yeah, I did. She's got telepathy and cure light wounds
Every
to
team
start.
except for that.
Okay, you want to give her those sheets.
All right.
So if you
I
know.
specifically did
But
not
there
give her
are-
magic missile.
But there
or-
are also cantrips.
yes. So I think she gets all 3 cantrips to start on the wizard list, which include light, unseen servant, and prestidigitation.
Cure.
I think you get all those to start, right? And they're prepared every time you prepare spells without selecting them.
Yeah, you get cantrips back. Yes.
And I specifically picked, I would never pick telepathy as a first level first spell, but I thought with the kind of charisma stuff, it might make more sense.
Thank you very much.
Should have to wear a dress.
We's getting comments and likes on Facebook. Thank you guys out there for checking us out on the video and liking and commenting on those posts. Thank you. All right. So now, and I want to take the last 10 minutes and let's talk about what questions you have about your character for the person who set it up for you.
The only questions I have was his fighting style. Does he like to get into fights, or does he like to make everybody else do the fighting? Is he kind of in the background?
He is very
Cheering him on.
protective of the last bit of ostentatious clothing that he has.
So he'd rather not get scrapped.
So he is very, he never cleans his dagger on his tunic.
Wait, he doesn't mind fighting then? Or is he,
He
more,
doesn't
I'll
mind
stay back
fighting.
and do
He
range?
just refuses to get dirty while doing
Alright,
it.
so more of a range guy than a hands-on guy.
So Dungeon World doesn't use the traditional D&D 9 type alignment. It has these So
They're based around getting experience.
right. So Chris, in
Good
terms
character.
of my personality, I know I've got the Napoleon complex, but
And warmer?
do you have a sense of him
I didn't do
being
the armor class.
good, neutral? He's not
You
good
do
or
have
evil,
armor.
but
He'd rather shoot first and ask questions later. To begin. He
But
wants to put his presence. He's a small guy, so he wants to make his presence known and intimidate people.
Announce my presence with authority.
Yeah.
You
But am I more
must
out for
respect.
myself,
I
or
thought
would
you
I be
said I
more
was
out
gonna
for the
be-
party?
You're
I'm
more.
switch
You
it
want to
around.
show
Okay,
everybody
so
else that you
I'm
should
with-
be the man and be in
this
charge.
Okay, I'll work with it.
So you're
Okay.
lucky more than anything.
And what's the questions that you guys are doing?
He
Oh,
has,
No, I'm just thinking with the overheads.
No,
it's probably going to be tough to
she
make some
earlier
out.
had said that he was going to be more intelligent than Brawny.
But it didn't
and
fit
she
with his
switched,
backstory.
She switched it around.
Okay.
So
didn't fit with his backstory.
I was just confused, making
Okay.
sure.
Well, that works. Kurt, what questions do you have?
I just was asking Chris a little bit about. I was trying to get a sense for whether my character is good at heart or more neutral or selfish.
Or a pushy jerk from the sounds of
Well,
it.
that's what he said. It's more like wanting to establish myself as like the man or the authority.
Okay.
He wants to be the alpha.
Okay.
Right. So we'll figure it out from there.
And what was the bard's fighting style?
He
just
doesn't like
asked
to
that.
get dirty, so more of a ranged guy doesn't want to get in for the
So the bow.
fisticuffs. He can, he doesn't like doing it.
All right, Mickey, what questions do you have for Kurt
axe. I don't think I've ever played with an
Veritana?
Heck, am I
Yeah, I was thinking
gonna
about getting crazy.
How the heck am I
I almost
gonna-
gave you the two-handed sword. I'm like, that's almost too crazy. But
Well,
so I
it's
went for a
really
little more
just a short
speed.
sword, right?
Yeah, but he can like
Just
really
harness
hack
your
through
inner
stuff.
strong Dawn.
For my ultimate, like, what's my driving force? Is it getting back on my dad's good graces, or is it just being good and kind and wonderful?
It's both.
Just zoom in on that.
so-
Oh, hey, hold on a
They're
second,
not
let me make
mutually
it-
exclusive.
Say that again,
I can't,
looking
no.
directly at it. No? Okay.
Was she on the camera doing that?
Well, only on the
On
up
that
there.
camera.
Right.
So now I also just came up with this idea in the last 15 minutes, but to you, your father is like the exemplar of virtue. I mean, he is a great king. Like, this is the classic good
He is
fancy
the
king.
benevolent dictator,
Right.
classic utopian.
people don't mind when taxes go up because it goes to a good cause.
Almost, yeah. And you are a good, kind person, but you have this this compulsion to tell stupid lies, and like you're not a good liar. It's not like you're good at
So it's not just a rebellious streak; it is a compulsion.
It's probably, yeah, it's a okay.
I mean, well, it comes from a root of self. Like, you lie about stupid things to get away with stuff, but it's not because you're evil. It's not. It's just
So-
you wanted the cupcake, and
I'm a brat.
someone says, "Why did you eat the cupcake?" No, I didn't eat the cupcake, and it's like, well, but I just saw you eat the cupcake.
Winona Ryder, sort of.
Yes, close, sort of like that.
Winona Ryder.
Yeah, because she got like caught shoplifting
Oh,
or whatever.
shoplifting.
And it's about stupid stuff, but it's enough that your father doesn't trust that you could be queen if people can't rely on you to do what you say. So your primary goal is you want your father to love you fully and completely and realize what a great person you are. But along the same lines, then that would also get you back in line to be queen, which you also want to do because you don't think. I mean, it's your rightful place.
Okay. Awesome.
Cool.
And
So let me.
And you will certainly have lots of suitors being
And
princess,
what's my
Oh, yeah.
driving force?
all of whom you're going to have to not lie to.
A prince?
Like, it seems like I'm almost happy-go-lucky more than anything.
Yeah, your driving force is just a curiosity. You enjoy seeing what you can get away with because you've always been such a charmer and just the youngest and always been babied. So you like pushing that envelope to see. So that's what drew you to adventuring. You just wanted to see what else was out there and how far you could go.
Okay. I'm just going to throw out there that if I had made JJ's character,
Yeah.
he would have had short-term memory disorder, so that he could never remember anything done more than one day prior. So he would never know the optimal way to fight, or to climb a cliff, or to swim,
So
or
let me-
basically no.
like
You
the
wouldn't know the
movie
rules.
Memento.
You wouldn't know the rules.
This is a possibility. So let me throw out what I wanted to do in the last few minutes. We really did what I was saying. One person spearhead making that character. Now, all the way around, not counting the character that was made for you, what one thing would you like to change about one of the other characters? Change or add. And that could be one thing. Maybe, Kurt,
Alright,
you
so
kick it off.
Well, mine, that's too extreme given what...
Yeah, but
so
get that
I'll add
kind
a
of
small
idea.
thing. So And this
to
is because-
whom? So it's
yeah.
going to be for JJ's
Oh, so I just get to
character?
pick one total?
Yeah, and because I just want each person to throw
Yeah.
something out there. So think of
So for
something.
JJ, since he's the rules lawyer and knows everything about D&D that's ever been written, your character regularly in combat or like stressful moments. So you're the thief. Yeah. Does something in a way that is it's show offy and it's flair, but it's therefore suboptimal.
Okay.
So instead of taking the best correct swing, you do it in a way that people are going to notice, which may lead to a lower chance to hit or less damage.
That's
awesome,
pretty
actually.
good. Yeah.
I like that. So we add that. Who wants to add anything else for another character? Now, granted, it can't be the one you are. So I guess for Mickie, it would be, would you add something to the Bard or the Barbarian? Because you already did that one and you can't change your own.
I'll think about it.
Okay.
Next.
Chris?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Yeah,
Wizard or thief?
Yeah.
Based on what you heard about him. So
yeah,
the
that's
wizard
thing.
is
I was
prim and
too busy
proper.
reading this. I didn't pay attention to half the stuff that was said
Oh, yeah.
about him.
The wizard, and I'm going to rehash some of it to make sure I'm on the right page
Yeah.
too, but the wizard is prim and proper and kind, but she is prone to lying, which she doesn't really want to because she's a good person in general. She's on her dad's bad side,
So
and she
she's
wants
white
to get
lies
back.
all the time. She's white lies, or
It's
Yeah,
not,
I actually
but it's not all the time. It's just when she thinks it's going to help her out. But she really doesn't want to do it because she has a tell when she lies, and everyone can tell
The
that she's
goddesses
lying.
put the tell. Well, yeah, it's either
Yeah.
tell or actual cause.
Yeah,
versus-
badness. So
she's
that's
supposed to be
that.
super beautiful, right? That's how you played her. How about she thinks she doesn't think she is? So she's always redoing her makeup, fixing her hair constantly.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
She
self-esteem
has
issues.
Yeah.
Got some.
But appearance only.
Yeah.
Appearance
Yeah.
only.
Yeah. So she's confident in her station and her abilities,
Yeah.
but she doesn't think she looks as good as
So-
everyone says she does.
So all the suitors.
They're just
make
saying
me
that because I'm the
uncomfortable.
princess. They're just
There you
saying that
go.
because I'm the princess.
Okay.
JJ, either wizard or barbarian, what might you add to one of these characters?
I won't do the wizard because she's already been touched. She's been soiled, and I cannot.
I was waiting for that.
She's dead to me.
I guess that means I got to get payback on Kurt. And,
But now you can't remember what to do.
yeah, exactly. And I
Barbarian
the
has
optimal
a memory
thing to do.
loss.
I can make up for all my quietness with Thielen.
There you go.
actually, I want to touch because we touched on driving forces, and I want to touch on that a little bit.
Sure,
So
let's go
for Gregarious, the driving force is the approval of your parents. They always wanted you to be more successful, and you've yet to make it as a bard.
Yeah.
And
Do they think a bard can make it?
no,
Okay.
and he's out to prove them wrong, which is
There
why
we
he
go.
studied Legends of Heroes Past. He is trying to. He is a medieval version of the fanboy.
Okay.
Will read the books and study the moves of the people. And
So when
try
he
to-
reads a Superman comic, he has the S on his chest the next day.
Yep. And he's he's the guy who goes out into the woods and gets the stick and does the lightsaber kid
Oh
routine.
gosh, yes, okay.
Yeah, so
I'm determined to prove them wrong.
I never did that as a kid. Just
So back to the fiddle
only
thing
as
for
an
my
adult.
guy.
You just did that yesterday, right?
I did it with the extensions off of vacuum cleaners.
Oh, because they make noise
Very
too.
nice.
Well, they made great swords, and every single neighborhood kid
Yeah.
did the same thing.
Nice.
So
But back to the barbarian.
You can only do one character.
No,
That's
that was the
something you
driving
wanted for
force.
the
Oh,
personality of there.
Yeah, so for the barbarian,
Because that was a character he already did. This is
Yeah.
a touch for one he didn't. Yeah.
barbarian.
You're up next, though.
Here's my little thing.
Got
an idea.
From,
One of
if you
those
could read
two.
them.
from Chris.
It has to be.
Either one.
It can't be him.
You sure it can. It can't. It's just a character you didn't touch already. What might you want to add to a character that you didn't have direct input?
Yeah, it can be anyone.
This is your character?
Yeah, he wants to just add something to the barbarian, which is me.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing.
Mickey's gonna make me gay. Which I'm totally comfortable with. But the bard might not be.
But you're only attracted to women who don't think they're attractive.
What's that?
I kind of want to play into the Napoleon complex thing a little bit. But... Whew, okay, no, never mind. You got power and pure destruction. Okay.
Yeah, because someone that gets so frustrated, he just wants to smash it.
Yeah. But you do. You get so frustrated that you just smash things. Not sheep. I'm not going to say it because Chris did. And
He had it right there. He's gonna.
but I want to make it so you, afterwards you always feel remorse for everything you smash because you know what it's like to be bullied.
Oh, guilt.
So like during the rage, you don't care, but immediately after, you're like,
Did I
"Oh man, I really."
That's how his voice is, too.
Is this smashing in combat or like when we're just sitting in the tavern?
A little bit of
Anytime you fly-
Yeah, it could be something you're trying to get people to listen to you, and you're like, they're not listening, you're just like...
Are you having
He's
more
gonna
of the
add
feel bad
hothead to his
medicine?
thing.
Hothead. He's already a hothead,
So he's already a hothead. Alright, so that doesn't work.
but he feels guilt afterwards. You always feel guilty after your blow-ups.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to scare you guys. I didn't mean to tear that bear in half.
Oops.
I was hungry.
Can we put it back together?
You have...
Do you think it had cubs?
I kill them too, and regret that.
You have a soft spot. You have a little teddy that you've had with you from the time you were a child, and that's like your most prized possession, and no one knows about
Oh,
it.
no, I think that's the secret.
That's the secret.
That's the secret. You have your little teddy that you cannot sleep without it, and it's you've had it forever. And when you were bullied as a kid, that was your solace.
So in any song that Greg Gary comes up with, if you're in it, he mentions Fuzzykins, but no one knows what
Fuzzykins.
Fuzzykins.
Yeah.
Or whatever you can name him if you want.
Fuzzykins works.
This song goes out to my little honey cub.
There you go.
You know who you are, and you don't turn to him and wink.
Really obvious what you like.
Yeah. Gosh, you can't keep a secret.
That's funny.
So this is cool. You guys think that you are ready to let these
A
characters
question
meet
about the
each
fiddle
other?
again. Like, he doesn't
Okay.
play it at all in public, but he can play it
He
well.
can play.
So he's virtuoso in, like, closed doors.
Yep.
Okay.
So he chokes up in public.
He's just like... Ding, ding, ding.
Can't do that. And then
Unless he's stealthing
yeah.
around and I'm like... Ding, 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 ding.
I'm helping.
What am I using that?
Yeah, exactly. I think using everybody.
What object?
You pick.
Except with plucking.
What does it mean that when I wield a weapon, it gains the forceful and messy tags? I can't remember what those tags are.
Sloppy.
Forceful means you knock the thing around when you hit it, and messy means like if you're going to hit it, you might knock its arm off.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not
Yeah.
precise at all. You're just
yeah.
whole smash mode.
But it doesn't have an ongoing damage effect or anything?
No.
It depends on what actually happened. If you knock something's arm off, yeah, it might bleed to death.
Okay.
For sure. So that could
Put that
definitely
back on.
happen. Yeah. And forceful, if you're near a cliff,
That'd be-
you might be knocking the thing off the cliff when you hit it.
Like, I can totally see it. He got an axe, behead someone. Oh my god, I didn't mean for that to happen!
Come back. Put it back up.
Hurt him a little bit.
You can stand up. Someone hold him up. I gotta go.
And on the what are you waiting for, where I can try out to challenge enemies
Yeah.
and draw attention?
Yeah.
And I can do that as often as I want?
Yeah, it's just a taunt. Just like everything in dungeon mode, you are encouraged to roll because you can't fail unless you do.
Right. Okay. What was I?
If it's in a class feature, utilize it.
This is going to be interesting.
Yeah. Do we think
gonna
we're
be a bit
ready
of a
to give
learning
these
curve, too, with
characters?
some of the
We think we're
skills
ready to
and
give these
whatnot.
characters a trial run by letting
So-
them meet each other and maybe
Not a question
helping
is
with
like-
spiders in the basement somewhere.
Well, I want to kind of talk about how we're going to behave to each other as well. Because we each know when the other person is behaving out of character. Do we get to call them on it? So if I feel Chris is acting inappropriately, I can call him on it.
So here's where I'd like to step in a little because I had limited interaction.
Okay.
I want to call people out. Is that what your character should be doing?
Okay.
So I want to try that to start. And
Alright.
then if I'm missing something, definitely jump in.
Okay.
But let me try that. I'll try and play characters. Because one of the things I'm going to do as we get started is I'm going to force your characters into a situation that you don't think your character may have wanted to be in. So when we start this game and everyone's meeting, you may be meeting under a go, Mickey. You may be meeting in a place and under a pretense that you don't think your character would do, but I'm making it happen to start.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Hi, guys.
You got to do the heavy breathing.
I didn't realize you had comments running on here.
Yeah.
That's why Bridget wanted me to go to the Hangouts side there.
This is YouTube Live.
Oh.
Yeah. Difference. Sorry. All right, so we're going to wrap up this audio session. We're going to take a break, and we will come back in a few minutes, and we will let these characters meet each other in a time and place of my choosing, and we'll get them to start interacting. Y'all ready for this? Do that on the fiddle. Ding, 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 ding. All right, so we can all say
Bye.
Goodbye.
The preceding podcast was brought to you by One Joe Young. You can find us online at adventuresfromtheshed.com.